Hello guys, it's ScherBR talking and we're back for the second event from the Valkyrie Anatomia cross Star Ocean collaboration, and it's called Phantasm Sky. And this event is a little different from the Castaway from Space. There's less stages for us to clear, the enemies are a little tougher, they're harder to beat, and there's some other stuff that we need to discuss. You see, there's only up to the super hard stage, that equals 5 stages, and then there's the challenge 1, 2, and 3. The recommend light, it's still 45k on the last stage, the same as the Castaway from Space. But there's a lot of things different in this event, and let's just start with the Divine Weapon menu. We can just click, the first one is based on the bundle that you can purchase with money and real money, but you can just summon by using the second banner here. It's the Step Up crossover Divine Weapon. When we click here, we can check this, like always, there's 3 steps for you to get to the max. The step 3, that's the drop rate is triple, and also the first step is 3000 gems. Well, let's just talk about the characters that we have on this event. First, let's just click on the drop rate so we can understand what's going on here. And you can see that the Spark Girder is the artifact for Cliff. You can get the artifact from Cliff here, but the first mate bow and the window long staff are the artifacts for the Star Ocean characters, and the chances for them to appear are not that high. Sometimes the artifacts gets to 0.8, and now it's just 0.3. 2 at 0.3 and the other one is on 0.2, so the chances are not that high. And also, as you can see, you can get another artifacts from this banner. Any other weapons are not artifacts. So this just explains this. Some people may just don't understand at the first glance. But there's also 2 weapons. It's the SRF piercing bow and the Elm Rod. Well, let's just start talking about the weapons before we talk about the characters. Different from the Fullmetal Alchemist event, this time the things are shared. The weapons have the bonus damage and the bonus drop, and the characters don't have anything for them. You can just click here and you can see that there's no 50th page, there's only one, the second and the 40. The characters don't have any experience plus or any damage plus. So that's why they won't be doing more damage or getting more experience. But also there's these, the weapons, they are the most important things if you need some help on the event. The SRF piercing bow has a different type of mechanic that we didn't have so far. It's the fascination skill that raises a barrier to prevent status ailments and recovers a moderate amount of HP. Well, this is an alternative. People were using the Heavy Wing so far to remove debuffs, but you can just make you invulnerable to debuffs for some turns, and there's only 2 uses on it. You can have 3 uses on the Evil Staff, but most battles will be done before you need to use 3 times the Heavy Wing. Okay, and the second weapon is the Elm Dark Rod. This weapon here has something unique. It deals extra strong damage to all enemies using magic. It's from the lightning element, and this is, well, let's just click here on details. It also has the critical imbued to it. It's just a chance to increase your critical rate. The bow has other stuff. It has the, oops, wrong thing. Here, let's just click on details. It has the Flame 43. It has a 15% to increase fire damage. 15 is not that reliable, it's just a plus. Both weapons also have empty slots, so you can increase the status even further. But other thing for us to check is just that the piercing bow is a 3rd generation weapon. It's not even a 2nd, it's a step beyond. You can check that the status based on this. The Elm Rod has 2.4, almost 2.5k mag. Very different from the Millennium Holy Staff that was a 2nd generation weapon, and we can just check here. This is the Millennium Holy Staff. It's maxed, and it even has a magic up 2 on level 4, and it can reach that much mag, even tempered to the max. That status that was showing on the past screen was not tempered, so you can even get more than that. The Millennium Holy Staff is a 2nd generation, and that weapon is a 3rd generation weapon. It also brings something new. Like I said, it's the extra strong damage. It's the same type of damage than the Millennium Holy Staff had so far, but this time it has an element built to it, and it also has a use count of 3. This deals more damage than this very heavy damage that most weapons have. Not so sure if it's more than the severe type of damage. This was something that we have to check later, but I don't think it's more than severe. So okay, it's very good for using with killing as well, because killing is already from the lightning element, and her orb also increases damage from lightning element. Let's just check here. No, she doesn't increase lightning damage. It's not from the orb, it's from her passive skills. Here, increase damage dealt by lightning attacks. So the use from the skill will do more damage than very well because of it. Okay, that's only talking about the power of these weapons. There's the other stuff that they give us, and it's more drop and more bonus damage on this event. When you check here, it says 300% damage in Phantasm Sky. It works for both weapons, and both weapons also have 100 Bonnie Code Coin Plus for each stage that you clear with those weapons equipped. It probably stacks just like all other events, but there's a catch here. The gold coin is not the coin that you need the most, or at least the coin that you have more hard time finding. And let's just talk about this now that we discussed it. The banner itself, we can go to the exchange booth and check some stuff. Here, you can see that there's 4 currencies. This one is the support ticket that you get for summoning. There's 4 of these bunny bronze coin. I will just get the weapon here. The bronze bonus coin you can get from the first 4 stages on the event. The easy, medium, and the very hard. You see, it's the first reward from each of these stages. So then we can get these weapons for free. It's not. It won't cost you the silver or the gold currency. I will get all the 4 weapons right now, so we can discuss them. But there's something here that you need to understand. These weapons, before I click on the last one, it gives bonus damage against boss that will appear on the event called Phantasm Sky. So this event has a second part, and these 4 weapons will do more damage against bosses that will appear only on the second part. It's just like the Fullmetal Alchemist and the Danmachi event, it's just very similar. But, well, most people won't really need this stuff if they are playing the game since the start. If you're a new player, this may help you, but you need to take notice that the upgrade materials are here. You can just upgrade these weapons to the max, but they may cost you a lot of coins. You see, the first 2 upgrades cost 100 coins, and after this, the coin price only climbs very high. You see, from 100 to 300, and up to 500 for the last remaining stones. This may be too much, because you can only get around 114 of the silver coin on the last stage, and if you're a newcomer, you probably won't be able to defeat the last stage, and farming the silver coin will be a little of a problem. Okay, let's just check the weapons here. I will just purchase the last one. Also, they have the free skill with the mark number 1 attached to all these weapons. You can just steal these free skills if you want as well. I will get this last one. I will go to my gift box, and by getting to my gift box, I will just claim all the 4 weapons. They also use common action skills. You can just use this to upgrade your other weapons that you may already have. Like in my case, I have this weapon here. My Anger Bolt is level 2. This one from this event is... let me check. Well, we can easily find because there's the name imbued on the weapon. But I'm not seeing it here. Oh, it's just this one here. It doesn't say imbued, sorry. But it has Golem Imitation Ice Effective. So it will do more damage to this Golem that's called ice. It's from the ice element. Lightning is stronger against ice. So these enemies will only appear on the second part, and you can just use these weapons for stealing the free attack up 1, or just using to raise the Inger Bolt from other weapons. But that's it. I don't think if you are a past player that started the game with launch will need this stuff, okay? And golems don't do much damage. You don't really need extra damage against golems because they will do not much damage, and sometimes just bring healers will help you defeat this type of enemies. But if you're a new player, maybe it will be worth for you. And another thing is just that the enemies are weak to lightning and fire, so this is really the only really worth weapon if you're just upgrading it for other uses. Just look at the ward hate, it's very terrible. I don't think this weapon is that good for you to upgrade. But free weapon is just free weapon. Let's get back to the exchange booth again. And let's just check the other stuff that there's in this event. Well, besides, like I said, the most of the stones cost silver coins. The silver coins are harder to find, but you can see there's a 6-star orb called Orb of Thunderbind that costs 400 silver coins. I already purchased an ember that costed 1,500 golden coins because I really need embers, and this is the first thing that you need to get. Then you get the orb because, well, orbs are always good to have. Then other items here, you can see there's this legendary rainbow stone. That's always needed to get, and you also have some bucks, divine weapon tickets. The divine weapon ticket is not that costly because you can get around 340 silver coins by just one single run. And the Nameless Hero memory bucks are also important, but starting from the Nameless Hero memory 4, I don't think they are worth. You get more by just running the Limit Break quest. Like I said, you can get more than 114 silver coins from the event by a single run, and you're just getting 1 buck by less than a single run. And the last stage costs 42 AP. I really believe you can get at least 1 yellow bucket average on the Limit Break quest, so this makes this book not worth. The blue book is just not worth as well. And we also have these items here, the Warrior Sword and Magician Rod, Knight's Sable, and the other Magician Orb are used for upgrading your free skills, but these are only for the attack up 1, or mag 1, or defense up 1, or mag defense up 1. These free skills are not to be used on main weapons because we are already getting some of the number 2 marks. This only works on mark 1, and well, the increase in status is just not much, so this will barely make any difference. You can just use this for your sub-weapons or weapons that you use on Divine Transfer. This could just give you a little more for you to win, but don't use this on your main weapons. Like, I used the Mark II Mag on my Millennium Holy Staff, and I think it was worth, because the difference from the Mag Up 2 is way higher when compared to the Mag Up 1. It's kind of the double the status, okay? So just don't do this on your main weapons, and the cost is very, very high. I really don't recommend you to do this unless you have leftover silver coins. Okay, we also have the skill up class. It's very pricey, like you can see here. You need at least 3 runs getting the silver coin for you to get one of the skill up class 1. And like I said, the Mark 1 skills are just not that important. So if you're just starting the game, you can just skip this. If you're playing it for a long time, you can also skip this and just farm the good stuff there. The books, the orb, the divine weapon ticket, and the ember that I already got, okay? And we can just wait for the second part of this event. Just farm for the things that you really need, okay? Well, we just talked about the farming part of this event. We can now start talking about the event itself, and let's just do a run of the Challenge 3 boss. Well, this boss here, like I said, is a little harder than the other from the Castaway, the Star Ocean 3 collab. Well, the enemies are still weak to fire and lightning. You can just, it's easy to find a friend with lightning or fire because this was the best weapons that we got from events and also from banners. You can see here this is able with the Rossways. It works very well here. For anyone with the Vulgatium, it's very easy to find a Hakure with a fire weapon right now. And that's what I'll be doing. I'll just do one round on this stage. And well, it's very harder than when compared to the cliff part. I will just go straight to the chest. That's the final place that you need to go. And I recommend people that are having trouble with this event to start farming the Purification Gauge, so you can get to the boss with the Purification Gauge on level 4 maxed. I always have a very easy way to farm these enemies here by just switching my targets. I can just get at least 1 bar for each enemy. It's easy for me to do this. My Hakure is not using her unique card, so I'm not getting more bars just for killing. If I had, I would just be able to raise 2 bars per fight. I switch the enemies on mid-air, so I can kill them all in a single turn and you get 1 bar. See, the Honest Oracle triggered 3 times, so my bar went up by 1. And I don't waste too much time by doing this. Also, I forgot to say something good to check. Maybe I'll talk later when I defeat the boss. I'll talk about why I choose this squad. It's the same that I used on the cliff part of the event. If you watched that video, you already knew why I choose this party. Okay, now we reach the boss. What I do suggest you is just to, well, use the buff first. You always start with unbuff. And then kill these enemies on the front. You don't need them. I will just use my fairy ball. Okay, they are dead. And now we start attacking the boss. Oops, they are attacking the healer. You see that my Arc Green does a lot of damage. But I'm attacking the enemy with the fire and the lightning element. My bar is now at level 4. And what happens here is you see body broken down and weakened. When you start this fight, you can check here on the top. The boss is weak only to fire, lightning, but strong to everything else, even the non-elemental, like you can check here. But the resistance against the other stuff is just too high, and if you're not bringing fire or lightning, you probably won't do more damage here. But once you break his shell, like we just see here, where he just was weakened, you open all of his resistance. He's still resistant to other stuff like the ice. It's still resistant to Holy, Dark, or the non-elemental, but the resistance is 50% less. A Vorpal Shade here will be doing 200k damage without breaking his resistance. But now that we broke his resistance, the same Vorpal Shade with the same attack will be doing 15% more damage, so this will be equal to 300k damage, okay? So this will help you, not that you are not using the correct weapons for this event, to just do more damage. And now that we have the Purification Gauge on the max, we can just do this Purification attack. It will do even more damage because we opened its weakness. We can just keep to save time. You see the damage was very high, the enemy is already 50% HP, and now we can just finish with other stuff, like I have this Ignite with my Iron Green. It's very safe to use. In other skills, or just attacking, it's not the problem. The thing here is that you don't need to, you won't want to just keep the battle going on, because he inflicts all types of debuffs. You see my kitty was paralyzed, he can inflict curse as well and paralyze everyone. I was in a fight that he managed to paralyze all my squad and I was just missing my attacks. So try to clear the fast as possible. Is the best strategy here. If you're not using the correct elements, you can just at least bring one character with fire and another with lightning and open his weakness and deal your damage with your best weapons as well. Okay, so this finished this stage. Let's just check what we got. Was probably the silver coin. Let's just check. You see, it was a silver coin. It was 140 silver coins. If you can get the gold coin instead of the silver, it will be triple the value. It's either 114 of the silver or 342 of the gold one. 3 times this value here, okay? That's why I said that you'll be getting way more of the gold coin instead of the silver coin. You also get 2 hammers here, one of the 5-star version and one of the 4-star version. It's random. You see I got one staff, another one for the sword. Okay, we can just finish this thing here. And there's one last thing to talk about. Before we enter the mission board, let me just explain something. The best place to farm is the challenge number 3. Because, well, you can, even the weapons from this event will give you more of the gold coins, but not of the silver coin. And the silver coin drop is terrible. But on the stage challenge 3, you can get up to 114 of the silver coin. That's the best place to farm the silver coin. You could just start farming the medium 3 if you have a lot of the event weapon just to get more gold coins. But what about the silver coins? You still need silver coins. That's why I recommend people to just farm the challenge 3 stage. Okay, now let's just go to mission board, and there's nothing difficult to get here. It's just to complete the ease stage, is your mission number 1. The 2 is to defeat the Silver Knight. You only need to defeat it 20 times. You can only face 1 per run. Then there's 20 times that you need to defeat this enemy. The mission number 3 is to defeat the Sorcerer for the 40 times. You can see the Sorcerer appears here on the last stage, but he also appears on other stages as well. The challenge 2 doesn't have a Sorcerer, you can see. The 1 has it, if I don't remember. No, the 1 doesn't have. It's either the challenge 3 or the super hard. The Sorcerer is here. And the very hard, there is also Sorcerers here, okay? So you can get it from there. There's also the mission number 4, that is you only need to get 15% on experience crystals. We use fortified attack level 4 10 times, it's very easy as well. Completely filled overkill gouge is the first thing that you can get from the first stage. The damage is so high that you always fill the overkill gouge. The number 7 is to just get 500 of the silver coin. The 8 is to 500 of the gold coin. And the 9 is just to clear the super hard stage. This is the 15k recommend might stage, it's not that hard. Okay, I already completed everything here, so I could just show you guys. And that's it. I don't think there's more thing to talk about this event at all. Thanks so much for watching this to the end. I know this got a little longer than I thought it would go. Well, I do believe it can help anyway. Okay, we'll see each other on the next video. Bye.